Hey everyone! Today, we're diving into a secret about spices, and let's see how Grey is battling in the kitchen for her magic experiment. Her moves were as careful as peeling a rare delicacy, afraid she'd hurt her priceless treasure. This time, she combined paper and distillation techniques and dripped it on her hand. To her surprise, her little dog came rushing over, wagging its tail like it just found a treasure. Looks like the experiment was a hit. Grey captured the scent of her dreams, the legendary 13 spice, a true treasure. A wonderful idea bloomed in her heart. She got 13 exquisite bottles for their aromatic feast. Next, her mission was to fill the bottles with various girl scents. Time waits for no one. Unfortunately, a pair of twin girls became the next targets. Playing hide and seek, they would never guess it was their final game. This game turned their lives into a fragrance delicacy, as if their unique scents held some amazing secrets. In this scented hunting, Grey made a shocking discovery that her extracted spices contained a magical wish power. The grumpy character turned sweet just by a whiff of the scent, like a little kitten. As time went by, more and more girls vanished mysteriously. Their bodies became like scent storage containers. Their bodies bore no scars, as if the fragrance sipped them away. The only thing they had in common? They all were little fairies. People were puzzled about the killer's motives, but one thing's for sure: this transformation enthusiast loved collecting beauty. To prevent further tragedies, the whole city remained vigilant, and families with daughters locked up tighter than treasure chests. Out of options, Red Stark ambitions crept towards the convent, and just like that, a little nun quietly made it onto the scent list. This sacrilegious act plunged the city into panic once more. The High Priestess was furious, ready to tear the roof off. She angrily denounced the killer and vowed to tear the devil apart with 1,000 cuts, declaring an epic showdown. Grey was just a step away from success, needing only to extract the last girl scent for the legendary perfume to be within reach. The final target was Countess' daughter, Paul. Her scent was the ultimate ingredient Grey had been dreaming of. Just as she was ready to strike, Paul's scent began to fade away, and the situation took a sudden twist. Turns out the Count sensed danger and decided to whisk his daughter to a safe haven. Who would have thought that Grey chased after Paul's scent right out of the city like a scent explorer? Meanwhile, the foreman discovered a pile of women's hair and clothes in Grey's workshop, instantly raising alarms. Law enforcement was on it. However, Grey had already arrived at 9 miles away, the very place where Paul was staying, a miraculous chase. The entrance was guarded by ferocious dogs. But Grey, with her odorless nature, seemed to slip by unnoticed. Standing by the bed, she gazed at Paul with a look of obsessive affection, much like a lovesick poet lost in his verses. To Grey, Paul was like a fairy, perfectly divine. If she didn't turn her into perfume, it would be 1,000 pains. After claiming dozens of innocent lives, she finally extracted the girl scent, mixing the spices one by one like performing a flavor magic act. With the last trace of aroma added, voila! A legendary perfume was crafted amidst the evil nurturing. At that crucial moment, the pursuing officers had no idea that Grey had obtained a perfume relic. The first to interrogate was Paul's father, filled with confusion. Why was Grey treating his daughter so seriously? Subtitles. Her only response was, "I just did it for the sake of distilling perfume." Grey's death sentence was swiftly lifted as thousands gathered to witness the boiling perfume spectacle. Yet in prison, Grey remained surprisingly calm, clutching the perfume bottle like composing a fragrant serenade. As the officers arrived to escort her, she gently opened the lid, and the strange fragrance immediately cast its spell. The scent spread like divine music, and people followed it obediently. While Grey didn't flee, instead, she prepared for her final feast. A gust of wind blew, scattering the perfume, and the enraged crowd transformed instantly into devoted worshippers. The contempt and hatred on their faces have all transformed into devout worship. Even the once fierce and intimidating noble, Gizzy, knelt at Grey's feet. Grey once again took out the perfume, dropping it onto a handkerchief, and with a wave, the heavenly scent spread in the wind, conquering all. No one remembered why they came, as the perfume awakened their most primal love, blooming like spring. And so, the crowd went wild, shedding clothes and embracing each other. The whole town plunged into a fragrant festivity. Grey suddenly realized that the perfume she had left could conquer the whole world, yet her heart was filled with sorrow. In that moment, she remembered the girl she had met first, as if she had revived, sharing a smile with her. Turns out, that was the meaning of love, as she now possessed a perfume that could conquer all. Yet she could no longer grasp that love, as the memories lingered like the scent in her heart. Finally, she found her unique human essence, but it led her to struggle and perish in madness and obsession. Gray appeared sorrowful, tragic, and pitiful as on June 25, 1967, she returned to her birthplace, filled with tears. Arriving at this mix of thieves, murderers, and outcasts, she poured every drop of her remaining perfume over herself. The potent scent ignited the senses of those around her, making them chase after the feelings, like explorers leaping towards her. Everything vanished in the stench of the Paris market, leaving her as a grand unsolved mystery.